There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Psychosin project here on Total Metal Radio. Today, on the phone with me, I have got the one and only Birthday Massacre. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
No problem. Now, you released your superb new album, Superstition, last year. How have you found the response to the album has been so far?
The response?
Yeah.
Oh, it's been really good. I think it's kind of don't want to say it's a bit of a darker album, but thematically it's a little bit darker. Sorry it's just loud where I am right now.
No worries.
Everybody seems to like it a lot. I mean, the songs especially have been going over well live, which is really awesome.
Excellent, excellent. Now, what goes into writing a Birthday Massacre song?
Well, we usually work on the music first, so there'll be musical ideas that are happening steadily, and lyric ideas. Mike and Rainbow will start working on the musical elements. I'll start sitting down and working on some lyric ideas and themes. And we all sort of talk about lyrics and sort of what we want to express in the song, because all of our albums kind of have their own unique themes and their own unique vibes based on where we are in our lives and what's happening and what we're thinking about. So once we have some lyric ideas together, some music ideas together, then we'll get together and see what lyrics work with what music and vice versa.
Yep. Now, you're currently here. Is this something you've been looking forward to since you released the new album?
Oh my gosh, of course. And it's been a few years since we've been back here. And this is definitely one of our favorite places to tour, too. So I think the last time we were here was in 2010, which has been way too long. So I feel like we've been long overdue to come back. And we have 6 shows, and we've played 2 so far, one in Glasgow and one last night in Manchester. And it's just great. It's great. It's great to see some of the familiar faces in the crowd and meet some new people as well. It's great.
Excellent. Yeah, I remember you touring in 2010. Unfortunately, I missed you, and the worst part about that is you actually played my hometown of Southend-on-Sea, so I was absolutely gutted. But now,
you come out?
Unfortunately, I didn't have the money. That was the problem at the time.
Oh, no.
But now, how does it feel to hear the influence you've started having on other up-and-coming bands such as Candy Brain?
What's that? I'm so sorry. Say it again.
No worries. How do you feel? How does it feel when you hear the influence of your band has started having on other up-and-coming bands such as Candy Brain?
I don't know Candy Brain.
I'll check them out. Check them out. Big. You've been a big influence on them.
Just hearing that there's influence. I mean, we've been influenced by things that we liked growing up, and that's cool, man. Like, that's fine with me. I'll have to check them out.
Yeah, definitely. Now, here's something that stumps a lot of bands when I ask them. How would you describe your own sound?
Oh, God. Yeah. I would describe us as sort of just a mixture of contrasts. I mean, combine a lot of sort of 80s synth pop elements with heavy metal elements, with industrial elements. I would describe it as basically all of the stuff that we've enjoyed throughout the years put together in a way that we think sounds good. That is a tough question.
No worries. Now, how would you describe the Birthday Massacre live experience for those who haven't seen you yet?
Okay, I would say, well, we definitely try and put a lot of energy into the performances. We like to have fun on stage, and interacting with the crowd is something that's very important to me. I really like that connection with people, so I always try and dance with people and signal out to people in the crowd and just really interact. Like, for us, playing a show should be fun, and we want everybody to have fun, so we like to see dancing, we dance on stage, we jump around, just try and have a good time.
Yeah. Now, obviously, you've got about 6 albums now, so what goes into deciding a set list for live shows these days?
Yeah, when you've got 6 albums, it becomes kind of challenging to figure out what to play. I mean, obviously, because we're touring for the Superstition album right now, we've picked songs from Superstition that we feel would be fun to play live, and ones that, that we sort of have latched onto as we've listened to the album leading up to touring for it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, yeah, with 6 albums, I mean, there's definitely songs that we know people want to hear as well. So, and those ones are really fun for us, too. Like, so we try and mix, like, a bunch of things that are people's favorites based on some ones that we enjoy playing live. And also, yeah, just some new stuff that we feel will go over well.
Excellent. Now, you mentioned Superstition again there, obviously your new album. Was this an easy or difficult album to write this sort of far into your career?
we've written an album, whether it's been the second or third or the sixth, I mean, they always kind of go in wondering how it's going to come out and being like, oh gosh, you know, do we have anything, you know what I mean, is this going to be any good? Like, me anyways, I'm kind of a nihilist, and I always get very apprehensive about that sort of thing, like, oh gosh, you know. But no, this album came together really, really well, actually, and especially because, I mean, with writing with Mike and Rainbow, the three of us always, because we're very close friends as well, we always sort of seem to be on the same page, and we talk to each other about a lot of things. So thematically, it's nice when we're all, like, one of us isn't feeling very inspired, another one will be, because we're all on the same page thematically. It ends up coming together good. And yeah, this was a very, the album came together well. It was
Excellent.
Easier than you might think, considering I guess it has either of our six. Yeah.
That'd be those years of professionalism coming in there. Now, here's another question that might stump you. What do you feel makes the perfect Birthday Massacre song?
Ooh, what would make the perfect... I mean, I think that the keyboard sounds are super important. Like, we sort of have our vibe of keyboard sounds and synth sounds, and I think that that's kind of... For me, I would consider that to be a trademark. Like, the guys have written some awesome, just beautiful keyboard stuff, and those are the things that get stuck in my head. And of course, I think it should be danceable too. I like to dance, so I like when we have the kind of poppier, atmospheric mix, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you also have a knack for writing rather catchy choruses as well, I've noticed over the albums.
Well, that's nice to hear. Yeah, I definitely think that the synth sound is what makes a good Birthday Massacre song for me. Excellent.
Now, what influences the band's sound these days?
Nowadays, oh my gosh, we're listening to like so many different kinds of things, and I mean, I can't really speak for the other guys. I mean, it sounds weird maybe, but I've been almost like going back in time.
Yeah.
Like I really like listening to a lot of older stuff, like stuff from the 60s and 70s. You know, like. Whereas, I mean, I know that Rainbow, for example, just he was listening to a lot of, I guess it's called a witch house, you know, in the last couple of years. I don't even know what that is. You know, I'm listening to the Mamas and the Papas, and, you know, we have a really eclectic mixture of stuff, I guess, that is influencing us right now.
Yeah, excellent. Now, you used crowdfunding to fund the newest album. What was behind this decision?
Well, I mean, it was something that a lot of different, like a lot of bands have been doing. You know, it's sort of been coming up a lot in the last few years, and you know, talking about it with the label and the management, and just considering the state, sort of that, you know, the industry's in right now, it seemed to be a good idea. We were really apprehensive about it because we wanted to make it really worthwhile for people who wanted to participate.
Yeah.
So we put a lot of thought into the kind of things that we would want to see a band offer if we were going to participate. In that type of thing with the band. So, you know, I mean, I think you're going to see more and more of that kind of thing. I mean, tons of different projects now are being, like, you know, funded in the same way. And I think that this is just, it's a good way to sort of forge a more intimate bond with people who want to know a bit more.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes kind of things and, you know, that kind of stuff. As well as, you know, I think it's very representative of how the industry is right now, you know, in terms of where, you know, where are you going to get finances in order to do the kind of projects that you want to do?
Yeah. Now, you mentioned they're obviously sort of letting people see behind the scenes, etc. Have you found that having Twitter and Facebook has made it easier for you to keep in contact with your fans?
Oh gosh, man, I'm going to have to get you to say this entire thing again. I just lost reception somehow.
Right, no worries. Have you found that having Twitter and Facebook makes it easier to keep in contact with the fans?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I mean, when our band first started, I mean, and this is a really long time ago, we had a really active message board.
Yeah.
And we were on MySpace, and I think you can really develop a good sense of community, not just between the band and the fans, but between fans of a band. Like, everywhere that we travel, I mean, we'll have groups of fans who all seem to know each other and take care of each other and look after each other. And these are people who oftentimes have just talked on the internet, you know? And I think that that's absolutely amazing. Like, even just this time right now, traveling across the UK, like, we have some Canadian fans and US fans who come here sort of on a trip, almost like a vacation, to come to all the shows, and they've hooked up with some of the UK fans. you know, and these are people that they haven't really met before, but at the same time, they've been talking for years, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Through this online, I mean, it's amazing. It's beautiful. It's such a great community, and that's totally because of Facebook and originally MySpace and message boards.
Excellent, excellent. Now, obviously, you're currently touring the UK and touring the new album. What's in the future for the band?
I'm sorry?
What's in the future for the band?
Oh, gosh. Well, I mean, in the near future, we're playing the Whitby Golf Festival tonight. And, you know, I think we're probably going to end up doing another album. That's something that we're probably going to start working on as we move through the year. I mean, I just had a book come out. I published a novel, and it's actually coming out in the UK in May. So I've been doing a lot of book-related stuff, and I'd like to keep writing, working on stuff like that. So we'll probably just keep going and keep doing our thing as long as it makes sense.
Now, what's the name of the book, since you've mentioned it?
Pardon me? I'm so sorry.
No worries, no worries. What's the name of your book, since you've sort of brought it up?
It's called Boring Girls, and it came out on ECW Press in North America last month.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, at the beginning of this month. But yeah, I guess some people here have copies, which I find really awesome. And I don't know how they got them. I guess they must have ordered them off the internet. But yeah, it comes out over here in May, so.
Excellent, excellent. Now, finally, do you have anything to say to your fans?
Just such a gigantic thank you. I mean, even just hearing you say earlier, this is your 6th album, that just blows my mind. Like, it blows my mind that we're still touring and people still love the music, and it just means so much. And I mean, we're happy to be back over here in the UK after so long, and hopefully it won't be as long before we come back.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we definitely love you over here. We're loving your sound, and
awesome.
Yeah, we hope obviously it's not going to be another 5 years before you can make it back again.
I promise you, I will do my best to make sure that
I'll keep you to that. Anyway, Chibi, thank you very much for joining me on the show tonight.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. Ladies and gentlemen, Chibi from the Birthday Massacre.
Thanks, everybody.
Sun will burn.